Hi, I'm Paul Eby, and welcome back to these Advent Reflections. Today, we're going to talk about Isaac, Abraham's son, the son who is the fulfillment of the promise that God made to Abraham, that he would make of Abraham a great name, a great nation, and be a blessing to all the nations of the earth. Now, Isaac grew up, and Abraham sent his servant to the far north to a relative to find a wife for Isaac. And Isaac married Rebekah, who was brought back from the northern country to the land of Canaan, to Isaac, and they married. So Isaac's wife, Rebekah, was also barren. So Isaac prayed to God because she was barren. And the Lord granted his prayer, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. The children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it is thus, why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger." When her days to give birth were completed, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all his body like a hairy cloak, so they called his name Esau. Afterward, his brother came out with his hand holding Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old at the time. Isaac was the father of Esau and Jacob. Esau was known as a hunter, an outdoorsman. Jacob was quiet. He loved the reflective life. He loved the home life. And yet, he was holding on to Esau's heel. Now, something interesting happens later on in their life. Isaac was about to give the blessing to his son Esau, being the oldest. Esau was the one designated to receive the father's blessing. And with that blessing would come the father's possession, his responsibilities, and his leadership of the entire family. But Esau went out hunting, and when he came back unsuccessful in his hunt, he came to Jacob's tent, and Jacob was making a bowl of lentil stew. And he said, "Give me some of that stew, brother." And Jacob said to Esau, "Give me your birthright, and I will give you some stew." And Esau said, "I don't care about my birthright, I'm starving." And so he traded away his birthright for a bowl of lentil stew. Later on, Isaac went to give his blessing, sent Esau out to hunt something to make a savory dish for him. And Rebekah pushes Jacob in its place. Isaac was blind, so he couldn't see and distinguish one brother from the other. But because of Jacob's wiliness, his conniving, the cooperation of his mother Rebekah, Jacob received the blessing from Isaac. Jacob became the head of the family. The younger became the stronger one, and the stronger one became the one to serve the younger brother. This makes me think of Jesus' words in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 12. Be wise as serpents and innocent as a dove. Why did Isaac not see the difference between Esau and Jacob? Esau was hairy. He was an outdoorsman. He had a certain tone to his voice, a way that he spoke that Isaac should have recognized. But because they covered Jacob's arms with animal skin, they felt hairy. And because he was wearing Esau's clothes, he smelt of the outdoors as Esau would. But Isaac heard Jacob's voice, and he said to himself, this is Jacob's voice, but he smells like Esau. He feels like Esau. He has brought me a dish of savory meat like Esau would. So he believed that it was Esau and gave Jacob the blessing. But Isaac was blind. He was blind and gave in to his other senses, those senses that led him astray. Those senses which can fire up in each of us our own passions, our passions that can lead us astray. I don't know about you, but when I smell my wife making cookies, I want to eat them, right? And that's my weakness. I will eat more cookies than is good for me. But we have passions that lead us to more serious defects, to more serious sin than just a little bit of overeating. We should ask ourselves, what are those passions? How have I let my will be conquered by those passions? And have I confessed those passions that underlie the sins that I repetitively commit? So perhaps this is a good time to do a little examination of conscience, to be willing to confess those sins, to give up those passions that lead me into those sins, and make a firm determination to get to confession soon in this Advent season. Tomorrow, we get to talk more about Jacob. See you then.